So good morning all. Myself Manoj Kumar Gurdena, Suresh Gyan Vihar University Jaipur. So today we will discuss about the methods for storage. So after harvesting of the fruits and vegetables, either we have to sell them into the market or either we go for storage of that particular product for the longer period of the time. So that when the market price of that particular produce is more, that time we can sell it into the market. So different methods we use. First one is pre-cooling, then pre-storage treatments, controlled atmospheric storage, low-cost storage structures we can use, hydroboric storage we can use, or irradiation we can use. So first is pre-cooling. So pre-cooling is defined as the removal of field heat. So removal of field heat or quick cooling we can say. So just after the harvesting of the fruits and vegetables. So after harvesting we have to remove the field heat. We have to keep the fruits and vegetables in field itself for some time so that the field heat is removed and we can store them for the longer period of the time. If not, its deterioration is faster at higher temperature because after harvesting of the fruits and vegetables, the deterioration is faster at high temperature. The entire products must be pre-cooled as early as possible to the recommended storage temperature and relative humidity. The pre-cooling is done just above chilling and freezing temperature. The advantage of pre-cooling. Pre-cooling, it will remove the field heat, it will reduce the rate of respiration and ripening, it will reduce the rate of respiration, it will reduce the losses of moisture. If we go for pre-cooling, it will reduce the loss of moisture, reduce the bruising damage during the transport. Because just after harvesting, the commodity is very soft, and just after that, if we go for transportation, so due to the softness of that, it will damage so that we can reduce the production of ethylene, reduces or inhibit the growth of spoilage organisms. If different organisms are there which are spoil the product, that is also easy. Ease the load on the cooling system, refrigeration, or transport or storage chamber. Above factors help to extend the shelf life. So pre-cooling means removal of the field heat. So different it will help. It has so many benefits if we remove the field heat. Pre-cooling depends on the following factors. These are the different factors that is depends on the pre-cooling, like air temperature during the harvesting. During the summer, the pre-cooling time is more. In case of summer, the pre-cooling time is more as compared to the winter because it is depends on the air temperature. In summer, the temperature is more. The temperature is more, the pre-cooling time will be less. In winter, the temperature is less, so pre-cooling time will be more. The time between the harvest and pre-cooling means when we go for harvesting. If we are going for harvesting morning time or evening time, so we have to go for pre-cooling. Nature of the crop. Higher perishable crop required immediate pre-cooling. Like banana is a very perishable. So just after harvesting, we have to go for pre-cooling. Difference in the temperature between crop and cooling media. So if there is a difference, means the temperature is more and cooling media is less temperature. So that is also nature and velocity of the cooling media. Which what cooling media we are using. What is the velocity of that particular media? Rate of transfer of heat from probe to the cooling media is how we transfer the heat from probe to the cooling media. Type of package material use means whatever package material they are used. The use of waterproof ventilated boxes for good air. Circulate in the room. Circulate in the room is helpful. Plastic boxes, fiber board, curtains which have been treated with wax will render the waterproof. Grapes are cooled at 1 to 4 degrees centigrade temperature. Potatoes are cooled at 5 to 9 degrees centigrade temperature. Banana and mango, tomato are cooled at more than 10 degrees centigrade temperature. So these are the different cooling time for the different commodities. Like it is different for the different product. Like it is different for grapes, different for the tomato, different for the banana. So these are the time of pre-cooling. Convection and convection are the two main heat treatment mechanisms used for cooling of the produce. With convection, the heat is transferred within a produce to its coldest surface. This is direct movement of heat from one object to the another by the direct method. From fresh produce to water and warmer to cooler. Means from water or to warmer to the cooler. Means garam se thanda. Within convection, the heat is transferred away from the surface of the produce via a cooling medium such as moving water or air. Means we will move the water from the capacity. So what will happen? Whatever the heat is there, it will be absorbed by the water. If we move the cold water, so when we come out, it will be hot water. So whatever the heat is there, it will be absorbed by the water. Potato, apple, cauliflower, orange, and other fruits, bigger mass and lesser surface area, are and vegetables require more time pre-cooling than the produce which are having the smaller mass. Means जो ज़्यादा बड़े fruits है, big size fruits है, they require the more cooling time as compared to the small fruits. Larger surface area like lettuce, green onion, carrot, or peas, corns, Brussels sprout. This is because of the heat from the inside of the crop has to move to the surface before it is transferred in bigger produce. Means if the size of the produce is big, so the time of heating will be more. If the size of produce is small, the time of heating will be less. The rate of cooling depends on the individual volume and the exposed surface of the product. The difference in the temperature between the product and the refrigerating media also needs to be taken into account. For example, the larger exposed surface leafy vegetables cool almost 5 times faster than the large fruits such as melons. So, like leafy vegetables, they will cool faster as compared to the melons because the melons have large size, leafy vegetables they have small size. A small size means they will require means fast and large size means will take more time. Heat within a crop comes into two ways: through the convection from the surrounding air, mainly from the sun in the form of radiations. Crop harvested in the early morning Crop harvested in the early morning will be cooler since the sun has not been able to warm up the surrounding air and crop and lower metabolic heat. Through the convection from the surrounding air mainly from the sun in the form of radiation. From the metabolic heat from the chemical reaction within the crop respiration. When the heat is removed by way of evaporation, cooling, then the fresh produce must not be sealed in a moisture-proof film like polythene bags. Pre-sorting Pre-sorting of the produce is usually done to eliminate the injured, decayed, and the other unwanted produce before cooling and handling. The pre-sorting will save the energy in the culls will not be handled. Means normally when we go for pre-sorting means before we go for pre-cooling, we have to sort out whatever the damaged food is there, damaged product is there, like damaged mango, or that we have to remove. That is called as sorting. Next is type of pre-cooling. So there's a different type of pre-cooling we use, like cold air. In cold air, normally room cooling or forced air cooling we can use, like pressure cooling we can use. Cold water like hydrocooling. Cold water means hydrocooling. Top icing. Direct contact with ice means directly the produce will come in contact with the ice. That is top icing. Cold water means hydrocooling we use. Evaporation of water from produce like evaporative cooling we use. Evaporation of water from produce means evaporative cooling we use. Vacuum cooling we can use. Vacuum cooling is mainly used for the leafy vegetables. Hydro cooling in a combination of hydro and vacuum cooling, that is hydro wave cooling. Hydro wave cooling means in combination is hydro and vacuum cooling. So these are the different methods of cooling we use. Cold air, Cold water we can use, or hydrocooling we use. For icing we use, evaporation of water from the produce we can use, evaporative cooling we use, and hydrogen cooling we can use. So these are the different methods of cooling. The first one is room cooling. In room cooling, the heat is transferred slowly from the mass of the produce by convection to the cold air being circulated around the stacked containers. This is most common and widely used method where the cold air is passed from the fan and cooled by the convection process. It commonest used in the products with relatively long storage life and marketed soon after harvesting. The advantage of room cooling. Room cooling advantage is room air cooling, or the produce can be cooled and stored in a same room without the need of transfer, and hence it is economical. Means whatever we have to harvest the produce, there only we can keep store them. So we will not transfer from one area to the another area. So it will be economical. Normally, if we transfer from one area to the another area, so we have to give the money to the transportation money we have to give. So that is not so much economical. Under the system, cold air from evaporators enters the room, moved horizontally and then passed through the produce containers and returned to the evaporator. So it will be automatic process, means air will come, it will pass from the our product and then it will be pass out. So this is also an advantage. We not have to supply the air from any other sources. Disadvantage: it takes more time to cool the product. The removal of the heat slowly makes this system unsuitable for highly perishable commodity. So room cooling is not suitable for the perishable commodity, like banana is very perishable. So this type of commodity we will not use the room cooling. This is because the produce needs to last 24 hours to reach the required storage temperature. Almost all crops are suitable for this type of cooling, but it is mainly used in citrus. So room cooling is mainly used in case of citrus only. It is suitable for all, but it is mainly used in case of citrus. Second one is hydrocooling. Hydrocooling means the transmission of heat from a solid to a liquid is faster than the transmission of heat from solid to gas. Means water is better heat conductor than the air. So if we pass the water, so water is more heat conductor. Means if we supply the water, it will take less time to absorb the heat as compared to the air. This is the method. Cold water is used for the quick cooling of wide ranges of fruits and vegetables. So normally we use the cold water. The hydro cooling avoids the water losses and may even add water to the fruits. Under this method, water is usually cooled by the mechanical refrigerators, but ice may be used to make the process faster. The chlorine water we can use, iodine, nutrients, growth regulators, fungicides can be added in the water for sanitization to sanitize, improve the nutrient status, and prevent the post-harvest disease and produce. So when we supply the water, in that water only we can use the iodine, we can use chlorine, we can use or growth regulators, we can use. So what will happen? It will reduce the post-harvest disease. Means after harvesting of the after when we go for storage, that means there is attack of some disease that will be controlled. For quick cooling of the produce, the cold water must constantly be passed over the crop. This can be done by submerging the crop in cold water, which is constantly being circulated through the heat exchange. Hydrocooling has advantage over the pre-cooling method where it helps in the cleaning of the produce. Means if we supply the water, so whatever the produce are there, it will be clean also due to the water. Provides faster, uniform cooling for the commodity because water is there, so water will go inside the fruits. Means whatever fruits were stored from everywhere it will go. So it will go for uniformly cooling it will give. In all commodity will be cooled at a time. It is faster than forced air cooling. Hydro cooling can be achieved by immerse or through means of chilled water shower. We can use the cold water shower, we can give the product. Not all the crops can be hydro cooled. because they need to be able to tolerate wetting, chlorine, and water infiltration. Disadvantage of hydroponic tank water can be contaminated with microorganisms. Whatever the tank water we are using, something what will be contaminated by the microorganisms, which can result in increase the level of spoilage during the subsequent storage. So if there is a type of microorganisms will be contaminate water if we use, so microorganisms come and then we go for transportation from one area to another area, or when we go for marketing, that time there is a type of some microorganisms. The chlorine should be added to avoid the chlorine. We can use the chlorine water we can use to avoid this chlorine. Two type of hydrocooling are generally used. First one is shower or batch type. The water shower are like in first you can see the shower. This is the water source. We are applying the water to the shower. The water showers over the commodity which may be in bins or boxes or using a conveyor belt. A common design is to be transport the crop on a perforated conveyor belt. The speed of the conveyor can be adjusted to the time required to the cooling of the crop, and the cold water is pumped from the tank and allowed to fall on the produce in sprinkled type, and they fall through the tank below, then filtered and recycled and recooled. So this is what we have to do according to the commodity. Like for a particular like mango, it required 4 hours. So what we have to do, we have to keep adjust the time of this bean to the 4 hours, and this is the showers. From these showers, we have to apply the cold water. So cold water also continuously we have to spread the continuously water will go into. The efficiency is cooling depends on the adequate water flow over the product surface. The product in the beans or boxes water flow 75 to 100 feet per minute per feet of 400 to 600. The surface area is generally used. Second method is immersion type. In this simple type of hydrocooling, in which the produce is dipped into the cold water, normally we will dip the product in cold water, hence the product are normally in bulk, and it is directly contact with the cold water, and it moves through a long tank of cold. This method is best suited for the products that do not float, because slow cooling would result in if the product simply moved out of the water. The immerse hydrocooling conveyor product against the direction of the water and often have a system for agiting of water. Depth of the tank should be more than 30 centimeter. Water tends to penetrate inside the first particular with those that are hollow such as a papers. Water temperature also contributes to infiltration. It is recommended that the food temperature is at least 50 degrees centigrade lower than the liquid. That is asparagus, artichokes, green onion, capsicum, and leafy vegetables are used for the immersed type of hydrocooling. So in what is the difference between in batch and immerse type of? In batch type, we have to pass the product from a bean and we have to give the water with the help of soda. But in immerse type, what we have to do, we have to take the produce and dip into a tank. In water tank, directly we have to dip. And we keep them for some time, then we have to take out. Post air cooling or the pressure cooling. In this type of system, the cold air is passed by force from one side to the other side using the big fan. The cold air movement is through the containers rather than the around the containers. It will be inside the containers, not the around the container. Cooling is 4 to 10 times more rapid than the room cooling, and its rates depends on the airflow and the individual volume of the product. So normally in room cooling, the air will pass, means natural air will be passing. In forced air cooling, forcefully we are passing the air. We are supplying the air. So what will happen? It will take less time. In that, when will air will come, it will be passed. But in forced air cooling means we have to supply the air by the pressure. So it will faster than the room cooling. Air is blown at a high velocity, leading to desiccation of the flow. To minimize this effect, air is blown through the cold water spray. So if we pass the air through cold water spray, so we can minimize the desiccation. It is slow compared to the hydrocooling, but it is good alternative for the probe requiring rapid heat removal, which cannot tolerate to wetting or chlorine of the cooling water. So normally we use the cold water, we use cooling, we use. So some probe, if we will keep into the cooling water, so they will get damaged. So or they will attack of some microorganism. So this type of probe we can use for the forced air cooling. And forced air cooling is faster method as compared to the room cooling. Adequate airflow is necessary. This is because fruit in the center of the package tends to lose heat at a slower rate compared to those on the stemmer. This system is also called as high humidifiers. High RH 90 to 95% is to be maintained in the pre-cooler to avoid the dehydration during the cooling. This system can be applied to the all crops, particularly berries, ripe tomato, bell peppers, and many other fruits, cabbage, green peas, cucumber, brinjal, muskmelon, watermelon, and mushroom. Difference between the forced air cooling and vacuum cooling. The forced air cooling means this the air is passes over the surface of the crop, cooling the outer side while the inside is cooled by heat transfer from inside to the outer side of the probe. In forced air, what we have to do? We have to pass the air. After passing the air, the outer side will be means outer side of the particular produce will be heat is removed, but the inside heat is not removed. Then the inside heat will be come to the outer surface and then that air will be removed. In vacuum cooling chamber, the pressure reduced is exactly the same around the produce, and it is in this the center of the produce. This means the cooling is very even and quick through the flow. Means in vacuum cooling, the whatever we are using, pressures we are using, whatever the cooling we are using, means it will be complete cooling in at a time it will go. Of icing. This is one of the oldest way of reduce the field temperature. It is commonly applied for the boxes of produce by placing a layer of crushed ice directly on the top of the floor. It is also applied for the ice slurry mat from the 60% finely crushed ice, 40% water, and 0.1% sodium chloride to lower the melting point of the ice. So what we have to do, we use the sodium chloride, we can use the ice we use, and why we use the sodium chloride, it will reduce the melting of the ice. Ice level gives a greater contact between the produce and ice compared only the top icing. Therefore, the result is quicker cooling. The main use of top icing is to for road transport, and it can be applied shorter after harvest. The top icing on the loads should be applied in a row rather than a solid mass. It is important not to block air circulating inside the transport vehicles. The ratio of water for ice may vary from 1:1 or 1:4. The direct contact between the produce and the ice provides fast initial conduction cooling. However, as the ice is melted and the air space is created between the ice and produce, and the conduction cooling stops. Subsequently, the cooling is by radiation and convection, both of which slower the process than the conduction. So, top icing is normally used for the transportation facility when we transport the product from one area to another area. That time we can use the top icing. Means we have to use the ice. We have to keep the produce in that we have to keep the ice. So due to ice, The cold ice will be means that it will go inside and will reduce the field heat. Or we can use the chlorine water, we can use sodium chloride, we can use. So what is the effect in the sodium chloride? It will the ice will be not melt again. Packaged ice can be used only with during the transportation to maintain a high relative humidity for the certain product. We use the packaged ice. Water tolerant, non non-chilling sensitive product with water-tolerant packages such as waxed fiberboards and plastic or goods we can use. It is also increase the cost because the heavier weight of transportation and needs to the oversized packages. In addition to this, as water melts, the storage area, containers and sleeves become wet. Next one is vacuum cooling. So vacuum cooling takes place by the water evaporation from the product at a very low air pressure, at a normal pressure of 760 gram Hg mmHg. Water evaporates at 100 degrees centigrade, but it does at 1 degree centigrade if pressure is reduced by 5 mmHg. So normally in that is what we have to, we use the very low air pressure we use in this. The most rapid and uniform method of cooling product that easily rapidly release water may cool down rapidly. It is mostly suitable for the leafy vegetables and cabbage. It is not suitable for the tomato with low ratio between the mass and surface area and active water barriers like wax on the surface is not suitable. The produce is placed in a strong airtight steel chamber. Moisture losses is achieved by pumping air out of the chamber containing the product and reducing the pressure of the atmosphere around the product, it causing the water in the produce to evaporize. Cooling occurs because the heat energy of vaporization comes from the produce. Vacuum cooling causes 1% product weight loss for each 50 of the cooling. This method is also used to cool the products like beans, carrot, capsicum, celery, corns, lettuce, mushroom, spinach, and potato, sweet corn. The high cost, the high cost and sophistication operations needed for vacuum cooling is costly and it requires sophisticated operations. So these are vacuum cleaning. Normally, it is used for the leafy vegetables. It is a faster and uniform cooling method. Next is evaporative cooling. The packaging, the packing house are made for natural materials that can be moistured with the use of zero energy cool chamber. So we can use the zero energy cool chamber. And zero energy cool chamber means we can make this zero energy cool chamber in our farm itself. So it is made up by two rows of bricks. In between that two rows of bricks, we have to fill the sand, and in that we have to fill the water. And in between that, we have to keep the product. Tips to increase the pre-cooling efficiency. Pre-cooling efficiency should be done as soon as possible after harvest. The harvesting should be done in early morning hours to minimize the field heat, and the refrigeration load on pre-cooling equipments. The harvested produce should be protected from the sun with a covering until they are placed into the pre-cooling facilities. And just after harvest, we have to protect our product from the hot sunlight till that it will reaches to the pre-cooling chamber. Precautions. What precautions we have to go do before we have to go for pre-cleaning? Since most tropical produce are sensitive to the chilling injury, as we know that these products are they are sensitive to the chilling injury, then must be taken note a pre-cooling or store the produce below the recommended temperature. So if the produce we are growing in tropical area, so they are sensitive to the low temperature. So that produce we have to maintain the temperature. We have to not go for so low temperature so they will occur the chilling injury. Gold producers sensitive to decay or pre-cooling equipments and water should be sanitized continuously with a hydrochloride solution to eliminate the decay-producing organisms. Care also must be taken not to allow the produce to warm up after pre-cooling. Cons- Condensations on pre-cooled product surface at higher air temperature also spread decay. So these are some precautions we have to take care when we go for pre-cooling. Pre-storage treatment of the fruits and vegetables. What is pre-storage treatment? These are the treatments that give a commodity generally after harvesting to reduce the post-harvest losses, enhance the storage life, and retain the quality. To increase the shelf life and to retain the quality, we have to go for pre-storage treatment. So these are the different treatments we have to do. Examples of pre-storage treatments like cleaning, washing, sorting, grading, waxing, pre-cooling, curing, reshaping, chemical treatments we can use, or we can use the vapor or heat treatment we can use. Irradiation. So cleaning. This is the treatment given to uh, remove the dirty, dust, or pathogenic loads. Means after harvesting of the produce, we go for cleaning. Cleaning means we have to wash them into the water. So when we go for washing into the water, whatever the dirty particles, soil is there, sand is there, and dust is there, that we have to remove. That is called as cleaning. For the surface of the commodity, we have to remove. Cleaning basically sanitize the produce and avoid the entry of undesirable content to enter the packaging and storage line. Cleaning is broader term, include the dusting or washing. You can see the dusting or washing we can say in cleaning. There are two methods. Dry method means dusting we can say, wet method means washing we can say. Dusting means this method is mainly used to remove the adhering soil, etc. from the commodity. Like potato, root vegetables, carrot, radish, the dusting helps to set the undesirable load weight the commodity, thus it will reduce the transportation cost and it will be remove the pathogenic microorganisms present in the soil. Means like carrot radish we have to remove the whatever the soil is there in the roots of the carrot that we have to remove so that it will reduce the means weight will be reduced and we can easily transport them. Washing means this method is used mostly for the fruits and vegetables. Washing is done at the pen house through the automated washing system, fitted with overheated sprayers and smooth rotating hoses. The clean and wash the fruits, washing with clear water mixed with a natural detergent such as Tripol, Centovic, Intatron of 0.1%. The process of cleaning and washing will be take 3 to 5 minutes and this temperature of water should be at room temperature. Room temperature is 27 degrees centigrade temperature we use. Sorting and grading. This is maybe done manually by using the machines. The fruits are graded on the basis of their color, size, weight, and sorted for the freeness from damage and disease. Means we have to go for sorting. Sorting means disease or damage we have to remove, and grading means based on the color, size, shape we have to do the grading of the fruits. At the sorting and grading table, the trained workers wearing the gloves sort out the oversized and undersized fruits. The immature scales glimpse fruits are disease insect fruits as well as the fruits with the sac injury in mango under the supervision of quality supervisors. There we have to that is called as sorting we can say. The segregated fruits in the graded machine kept in plastic carrets and removed at the end each working shift from the process area and distinctly labeled for the dispose. absorb the affected and disease affected and then we have to go for disposal. Difference between the sorting and grading. Sorting means undesirable type of fruits like disease, damaged, deforms are removed. In grading, fruits and vegetables are categorized according to their size, weight, color, and maturity. That is called grading. And in sorting, we have to remove. Sorting it is done primarily to reduce the spread of infection to the other fruit. Sorting के होता है means sometimes if one fruit is affected by a particular disease, so if we keep our fruits in one package out, so that fruits that disease will be spread to the other fruit also. So to reduce that we have to go for sorting. Grading is done to fetch a better price in market. Grading why we go for grading? It will give you the better price in the market. So big size fruits they have good price in market. Small size fruit they are not accepted by the consumers. They have the less price. So those are the difference between the sorting and grading. Next is wax and coating. It is the process of applying the wax on the surface of the commodity by spraying, dip or immersion, bruising, fogging or foaming. Means normally we have to apply the wax of the outer surface of the commodity. Then what will happen? It will increase the shelf life of that particular produce. Some fruits develop naturally fruit wax on their surface. The techniques like apple, citrus, grapes, they will develop the wax on their outer surface. And some produce we have to artificially apply. This has its this has its role in reducing the water losses from the commodity, thus reducing the sewage and wet loss. While handling caring is taken to touch the fruits and minimum as possible to retain as much of the natural wax. Also part blue. Next is type of wax. So paraffin wax, carambu wax, bee wax we can use. Paraffin, tall, prolonged, chamfer fresh for the apple, Fruitox, Waxol, Nipro, fruit wax for apple, citrus, bean seal for banana, Newport, flow for citrus vitamin. Advantage of waxing. It will improve the appearance of the fruits. It will reduce the moisture losses 30 to 50% moisture losses. It will be reduced and retard the wilting. It is protects the fruits from the minor infection. If there is any minor infection, it will reduce that. Provide the modified atmospheric and increase the shelf life. So automatically the major importance is it will be increase the shelf life of the produce vaccine. That's why we go for vaccine for coating. So sometimes vaccine they are harmful also. If we not use a good wax, so it will be the harmful for our body also. So whenever we purchase any fruits or vegetables from the market, before that we have to go for thoroughly wash the product. Like apple we are purchasing, we have to wash the apple, then only we will consume. If we consume them directly, then it is harmful for the our body. Next is pre-cooling. It is the It is the promote cooling of the commodity immediately after harvest. Generally, within 24 hours after harvest, we have to go for pre-cooling. So it's safe storage temperature, which aims to remove the field heat. Normally, pre-cooling we have to go for field heat, so it will take a particular temperature that we can store them for longer period of the time. Chemical treatment. The various chemicals are applied on the fruits and vegetables in order to control the post-harvest disease and pests. Dipping. The first we go for dipping. The commodity is immersed in water containing appropriate concentration of chemical which is toxic to the pathogen. Means we have prepared a solution, we have to add the toxic chemical in that, and we have to dip our commodity. So it will reduce the attack of pathogens. However, the concentration of chemicals should not be toxic to the fruits and vegetables, and it should not be endangers public health. For improving the efficiency of the dip treatments, the better surface coating, some wetting agents may be also be added. The effectiveness of the fungicidal solution may also enhance the heating the water in which the fruit being dipped. So normally, the fungicide treatment we can be heating because the fungicide solution we can keep the product in that Cascade application. Commonly, it is passed below or a sour or diluted chemicals. We can use fum- fumigations. Sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide fumes are used to controlling the post-harvest disease in grapes. Normally, in grapes, what we have to do, we have to keep the grapes in sulfur dioxide. Gas will be passed in the grapes, so it will increase the post-harvest disease. Next is curing. Curing is an effective operation to reduce the water losses during the storage for the, from the hardy vegetables like onion, garlic, sweet potato. In that we have to go for curing. In case of onion, curing is drying procedure intended to dry off the necks and 2 to 3 outer scales of the bulbs to prevent the loss of moisture and to attack by decaying the storage. Means curing means normally we have to outer skins we have to remove the moisture content from outer skin like onion. If you see the onion, the outer skin of onion is dry. That's why we can store the onion for the longer period of time. Same in potato. The outer skin of potato is dry. In garlic, the outer skin is very dry. That's why we can store them for the longer period of the time. So that is normally it is called as curing. Irradiation. Irradiation is a treatment given to the various fruits and vegetables to control the different post-harvest disease and disorder. So you can see like in apple some examples like this is scaled and brown coat that we can use by giving the irradiation of 1.5 minutes we can give for a kg. The apricot, peach and nectarines we can use for the brown road disease. We can give 2 minutes irradiation we can use. Irrigation. Banana ripening inhibitors 0.3 to 0.35. Lemon penicillium root we can use 1.5 to 2 minute dose of irradiation we can use. Like this is the different fruits we can use the different irrigations. Time. Vapor heat treatment. Vapor heat treatment. This was developed to control the infection of fruit flies in the fruits. Normally, vapor heat treatment means we will keep a commodity in vapor. Heat vapor means hot air we have to keep. So what will happen? Sometime what will happen? Like in fruit flies, like in case of mango, the fruit flies egg is present inside the seeds of the mango. So to control that, what we have to give the vapor heat treatment. If we provide the fruits vapor heat treatment, then whatever the eggs are present inside that seeds, that will be there, then they will be killed. So whatever the larva or pupa are present in there, the fruits, they will get killed. So that for that we use the vapor heat treatment. So vapor heat treatment is mainly used in case of citrus, papaya, mango, pineapple. Normally, we give the vapor heat treatment is 40 degrees, 43 degrees centigrade is standard air for 8 hours, followed by maintain a temperature of further 6 hours. So the vapor heat treatment, 43 degrees centigrade temperature we use for 8 hours. After that, we will be maintaining for the 6 hours. So this is all about the next is dispacing. Dis, Dispanning. Dispacking of mango fruit is carried out in the processing area by trained workers under the supervision of processing supervisors. Spacing is done by the holding the mango fruit upside down with the cutting the stalk of the fruits and the stalk of the mango should mango fruits are cut very carefully for 0.5 to 1% centimeter of trained workers by using a scissors or a sharp longer nose to avoid the causing of skin injury. For exports, the pedicle of the mango is cut approximately at a length of 1 centimeter from the fruits with the help of sharp scissors, and the fruits are kept up inside down in a special neck pallet for 2 hours so that the latex flow out from the fruits completely and care should be taken from the latex drop does not fall on the fruits. So normally when we transport the mango, what we have to do, we have to remove the means the we have to make the pedicel is there. That pedicel we have to remove. So pedicel after 1 centimeter distance we have to remove that pedicel. So after the removal of pedicel, the latex will come out from that. So that latex will also we have to keep them for 2 to 3 hours so that the latex, whatever the latex is there, it will be flow completely. Because if the latex will fall down on the fruits, so it will cause that particular area will be black color. So it will be not accepted by the consumers. So that's all for today. Thank you all. Thank you.